Okay, so now that we've gone through some of the basic operations, we're going to combine some of these new ideas and also talk about graphing and a couple of other items. So I'm going to begin in this context of looking at the area of a circle as a function of its radius. So I'm going to type in radius into A1 and look here at the area. So maybe I'll also define the unit. So again, these text cells are just for your own reference. They don't have any relation to any of the formulae, but it's useful to keep track of your numbers to be neat and tidy when formulating your data. So the first sort of trick here I want to show you is how Excel recognizes patterns. So assume we're just going to go up linearly in the radius, start with a radius of 1 centimeter, and I type in 1, 2, 3 and assume I want to go all the way to 10. There is no need to type out each number in each cell, because Excel will recognize a pattern in a particular column. So if I highlight these 3 cells, 1, 2, 3, and you'll see this small blue square, it might be a different color in your own program, will turn up. So Excel here will recognize that each column is increasing by 1. If I drag down, you'll see this number 4 appear here, and 5, and 6, and 7, and so on. So this is a quick way to get Excel, again, the use of spreadsheets to shorten our time on this arithmetic. It's the same if we were to go up in 2, so if I start with 2, 4, and 6, Excel, if I was to highlight these 3 cells, Excel would recognize I'm going up in factors of 2. So clicking and dragging in the small square at the side will continue that pattern. So maybe I'll go back to the 1, 2, and 3, just for this purpose. Okay, so to get the area of a circle, we know the area of a circle is pi times the radius squared. But rather than using 3.14 for pi, we want to use Excel's definition of pi. And this is written as, maybe I'll write it over here separately. So pi in Excel is p, I, and a closed parentheses. That is, all of this represents pi in Excel. So what I want to do here, and again sticking with using parentheses, and I'm going to begin an equal sign. I'm going to open up a parentheses and type in pi. Again, the 2 parentheses with pi refer to the number pi. So again, I've enclosed pi here with 2 parentheses for the pi and pi r squared, using the symbol 8, shift 8 to get our star multiplication symbol. And then I have the radius, and we're going to square that, so this is caret 2 for squared. And here again, since 1 squared is 1 times pi, we get pi. Now again, instead of doing this for each cell, which would seem tedious, Excel will also allow you to copy formulae by clicking and dragging. So if I hold down on this blue, what we'll see is that Excel will recognize that what we want to do in this formula is multiply pi times this quantity squared. So if I double click here, you can see that this A2 is highlighted, but in this cell we've got A3 highlighted. And then again, you want to use this throughout, this kind of method throughout, in order to shorten your time with calculations.